I always like to try and first of all look at a higher time frame without any bigger disturbances um, in terms of lines, etc. Let me just check something real quick as well and see. Right. So this is a weekly chart, and I just wanted to see, like, guys, you know, where from the top and from that very bottom here that we saw, so where Eagle had landed, so it came to the golden pocket and reversed, right? Anyway, when we get rid of this, I've already had several lines here drawn because of the previous analysis, and just giving, like, you know, big key points and for the reversals. I might get rid of this fib in a second, just to give you an idea. But you can see, you know, all these clusters here, and Eagle actually, comparing to many ads that have just been popping left, right, and center, it hasn't really done crazy. So let's just get rid of this for a minute. So this is a weekly chart, right? Where we with the so look, I think on the weekly, if you're accumulating and you see RSI that's kind of low and side action and all that, that's great. But the turning point usually comes when we kind of hit the middle point and we hold above it, because then, you know, it's actually one of the great strategies I discovered when I follow Nebraska Gunner. I've covered this before as well. I drew lines, you know, based on this. So it's quite similar in terms of like how safely you can approach trading in terms of just RSI and a price action. If you add the two EMAs, 8 and 21, it really helps. And I think, you know, when you actually see this is the bullish cross I mentioned to you before when you were watching my Bitcoin analysis, and you know, we're kind of crossing above that, we've crossed above that, and this is what I'm just saying, like, you know, it's possible on the weekly that the price comes back to the EMA. And look, actually it just went on a whooper of a run here, and it came and wicked that support, which was actually the 21 EMA. So continue on, right? It continued on. But look what's happening right now with the price of EGLD, right? We're kind of getting wedged in. And there's a lot of alts that are doing this. They're kind of getting wedged in between this, or coming to this cross. I think it's already great to see that the price actually, you know, this was very sudden. There was no like notification given here, right? There was no like, oh, this is about to happen. It just happened. It just boom went right on the weekly. Obviously, if you're monitoring daily, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's a very interesting level, because you should be looking at this level to be flipped. As of right now, EGLD could still turn and come back and, you know, retest about the 40 euro mark, because why not? It was a very interesting level, you know, it was a level of support here, you know, and that was broken. That was broken here. But you can see as well why this is a very strong 45. Why is it a strong resistance? You know, you have all those clusters here and here and here and right now here. So it did fail, and like, you know, you see the 21 is still acting as that support. And also when you pull up the RSI, it's still on the low. If you're accumulating this coin, I don't want to cause any FOMO for anybody at this point, but believe, one thing I have to say is I've seen what Ajax has done. Okay, I understand this is the AI narrative, right? And I understand it's absolutely mind-blowing what's happening. All you had to do was just buy and forget it. And in a couple of weeks, you would have nearly 10x'd your investments. Insane. So many coins that were sticking to the narrative, that were AI narrative, were doing this, right? But what I'm just basically trying to say is that if you have conviction and you understand the project and you know that there is you know, why not? This can also happen for you in this case. Important level for EGLD. So there's two strategies, as always, two ways to approach this. Either you're getting in now, and I've been actually advocating for DCA, so dollar cost averaging, for ages. And since, you know, from the start of times, DCA for me has just proven to be the best, because we cannot time those tops and we cannot time those bottoms. So on the way down, you just basically start, you know, accumulating your bags, and if it turns, it turns. Whatever you manage to buy, it's going to bring your returns, right? So the same thing on the way up. As it keeps going, climbing up higher and higher, you start taking profits, because you just don't know never, you know, what point it's going to reverse. And something that I would also advise on, not financial advice, but I would advise on leaving a small amount, or a moon bag, whatever you want to call it, in the asset that is super bullish. Because a lot of people have basically sold out on FET, Ajax, on Ocean, on, like I said, that whole AI narrative. And they're absolutely gutted, because they could have held. And they would have made even more money. So I say, don't always sell everything. Rotate the profits. Go somewhere else where, you know, it hasn't pumped yet. Look, I think this is another thing that I just want to point out to you as well, guys. It's another one of those coins that hasn't really broken this out yet. It's retested it. A lot of those patterns we've been seeing, you know, that falling trend line, retest and fly. EGLD, if you want to buy more, you might get a chance to buy it below 45 down to 40. Ladder in your buys, and then, guys, I think, you know, chances of this, and let me just see, based on this, where we could possibly move from here. I mean, this is for the continuation, obviously. So we've had the bottom, we have the bottom, we have the top. I would be trying to be very safe here, right? If we get in at 45, getting in at 45. Obviously, you know, this is going to be a little bit laggy if that crosses. So we're trying to outsmart the market here a little bit and get in ahead, but just be prepared that this can dip, right? So all I'm saying is this isn't, it's cooking something, all right? It's cooking something. Getting above this important flip of the trend, and as you can see, look guys, this is obviously our resistance here at 65. It is giving you up to 40% growth all the way from here to that resistance, and it is a big resistance. Look at this, all this level here. Once that is flipped, nothing is going to stop it, I think, to go all the way down to 132. That is nearly 200% since. Obviously, if you had bought yourself a little bit lower, that's a lovely 226. These are safe targets. I am actually, you know, gutted because I entered FET yesterday and I chickened out and it actually just mooned. Because when I saw the chart, I was like, no way this is gonna keep going. But important thing to note about this as well, guys, is keep an eye on news, on community, and yeah, look, I think once this flips above 65, we will see all the way at least to this level. And what's not to say that we're going to actually climb all the way to the golden pocket. Daily chart real quick, guys, because I really want to cover all those alts and it's going to take a while for me to really give the same analysis. So you can see clearly, look what's going on with this EMA. Like, you know, I love this. It crossed here. It moved all the way from that cross. You know, I love trading it on the daily as well. 30%. You're looking then at the RSI. Obviously, it had a couple of tops. So you could be, you know, shaving off your profits, whichever way you approach this, or letting it run. And this is obviously like, you know, resistance. Sorry, support, resistance, resistance, and right now also resistance. But let's get rid of those. Check on the daily, all of the other EMAs. So guys, look, 53, and if the price keeps going up higher, I have a feeling this can also shift a small bit. So that 55 is going to be an important level for us to flip. But that is, you know, that is a nice 52% depending on where you got in, or 17-20% from about here. But it's trying to flip that level. So you either wait for this to be flipped as support and you see the candles closing above it, or else we're going to see this come back down again, retest around this, you know, 40 area. Real quick again as well, just gonna put my alpha trend. So the reversal, and just to explain real quick again, guys, you know, where that reversal was trying to be confirmed here, but this second candle after, so we usually look at two after the that reversal is printed, it's just completely invalidated, at least for the local top right now, where it's given a green candle with a green dot, and we're above the track line. So it's not looking too bad. I think a bit more. Let's just check really quickly on the daily. Look, it would be better, stronger for me to see this go sideways and, you know, just get a little bit more steam here. So the RSI is just a little bit cooled off. But then again, you know, this is a daily. It's only at 60. It can shoot up to 80 and still kind of come up above that 65 level, which is a big one for EGLD. And what else would I like to see here? Oh yeah, volume. I was just checking volume. Steady. Nothing major happening, but it looks good. It looks decent at the minute. Something to really keep an eye on is volume, guys. Very interesting thing that can add to your confluences.